Hi folks, and in this video what we're going to do is we're going to look to expand upon what we've previously created with our shop screen and actually start adding objects to a shopping basket. So first of all, what we have to do is create a brand new structure yet again, and this time under blueprints structure, there we go, we're going to call it current shopping basket. There you go. Right, so our current shopping basket is going to need to have a few different objects within it. To start off with, we're going to have current object name, and this is just going to be the name of the object that we're picking up. It has to be a string, and that has to be an array. We also then have to have current object value. So this is going to be the cost of every individual object, like so. And then finally, we're going to have total object values. There we go. And that's going to be just a single variable for this one. So effectively, what we're going to have is multiple names of items that we have in our shopping basket, multiple costs of those items, and then finally, the total cost of all the items. Once again, what we're going to do is put that into a variable within our game mode, and we're going to create a new variable, and that was called current shopping basket, just like so, and we'll call it shopping basket. There you go, like so. So now what we're going to do is go onto our actual shopping screen of our items and have it so when we click on one of the buttons it will add that object to our shopping list. So first of all, we need to have some information displaying our shopping list, and we're going to do that by simply creating a brand new canvas panel just down the side like so. It goes just there, drag that out, like so, and just place it here. So this is going to be basically our visual indicator to state how much we've actually spent and what on. Now, to do this properly, we're actually going to break it down into two further canvas panels. One which will have the information regarding the object that we're going to have, and the other one the actual value of said object. So let's just add both canvas panels in like so. Make sure they're both within the same parent canvas, and there we go. Now what we need to do is just add in a couple of vertical boxes. We'll do that for the first one like so, and then we'll do it for the second one just like this and put it in here. So now what we're going to have to do is create quite a few text fields depending on how many objects you can actually buy within your game. So first of all, we'll add a text box to this one, and we'll call this text box something very simple like shopping items or shopping cart. There you go, and we'll just chuck that into the actual text name block as well, so it'll appear just like so. And then we'll have another text bit under the other canvas panel just here, and we'll call this value, or cost maybe is a bit more fitting. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play around with adding these objects onto our cost object. I'm just going to do it with the one to start off with. So first of all, let's go to button 0. We're then going to go down to the bottom and go to on click. Now when this is clicked, we're going to have to do some information, and we're actually going to create a function which is going to be called add game. Right. And add game is going to be quite a simple function, because what it's going to do is it's going to add the information for the actual game in the current shopping list. So cast to shopping game mode, get game mode like so. Current, no, that's the user index. What did we call it previously? It was shop objects. There we go. Get shop objects. Break. Now, conventionally, what we have to do is the following. If we get a reference, we need to find an actual physical reference through this. What we can do on the add game section is add an input, and what we'll do is just add a reference to an integer and call this input index, like so, and just then assign it to this value here. What this is going to then do is, depending on the input index, it will then depend on the actual name of the object. So when we click on this, we're going to get this object, and we're going to get this, we might as well add this all to the basket when we're here actually. Basket, set shopping basket, and that's what we want. Make current, and that is going to be the following. We set this to this. This then goes into here. Make this an array. Yep, that's fine. We're going to do the same with this one. Get a reference. Set this reference to this bit, and then set it to here. And then with this, we're going to go get reference, find all. We really want a reference to all the objects within this possible array. How would we go about doing that? As array, add, find. For now, we could just set it to 0 or add, and then get this object here, then add it into this array. That would work, but no. What we'll do is we're just going to set this to 0 for now. We'll play around with that later on. Right, so now what will happen is when we click on this add game button, so we haven't actually assigned it yet. Let's go to the event graph, add game, bingo, there you go. It's now done it for input index 0, which of course will be the first index within our shop. So that should be for June, which is the first game on our list, I do believe. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to do it for all the other buttons. So we simply click on this bit, go to the button, click on clicked, then copy and paste this, Control C, Control V, like so, and then just change the input information like so. So now what we've got is when we press these buttons, we should then add these games to our listing. We'll just do it for the last one as well, just to make sure that this is all working properly. That'll be index number 2. Bingo. And then what we're going to do is just quickly get it so it outputs this data just here, and we're going to do that by simply adding a text box, throwing it into the vertical box like so, and this will be outputting the following. Cast to game menu. Oh, it's cast to shopping game mode. There you go. Get game mode like so. And we want to have baskets, shopping baskets. Break this information, and we want to get the first reference within here. All well and good. What we'll then do is we'll do that for the next reference as well. So we go here, we add another text box just underneath this text box here, like so. We just make sure, it appears within there first. Add another binding, create a new binding, copy and paste in what we had previously, and the return value in this one, of course, the index is number 1. And then we're going to do the same thing yet again. We're going to drag this into the vertical box. We're then going to go to the bottom one. We're going to go to binding, create binding, copy and paste the information from the previous one, like so. Get rid of that, put this to value number 3 within the shopping list, and so on and so forth for as many as you possibly want for your shopping list. Now for cost, we're going to do something very, very similar. We're going to throw in a new text box like so. We're then going to go to create binding. With this, we're then going to go cast to shopping game mode like so. Get game mode. Then we're going to go shopping basket. So basket, get shopping basket, break this information, get object value, and that's going to be for 0. Then we're going to do, guess what? This same code a few times for every single other object within here. So we add a new one, chuck it on, go to boundings, bind it, paste it in, go like so, set that to 1, and then we'll do it one more time just to make sure we have some form of symmetry here. Vertical box, text box, create binding, like so, set this to 2 and get rid of that return value. So now folks, if we go on to our game, what should happen if we log in with Bob1 and password? Bingo. If I then click on my items, it will then add it to the single one. In the next video, I'm going to then show you how it will then append it to a master list instead of just overwriting this simple one at the moment. Thanks for watching.